October Red Boxing, here with the beautiful rising star, Shannon Ryan, who's fresh-faced and doesn't need makeup and has just done a lovely ring workout, which I didn't get to film. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm happy to be back out for my fourth fight. It's been a tremendous year. I'm very, very happy. So how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, but all the better for seeing that you're back out so soon. I remember when, I think, before the Clarissa Shields fight, it was like, oh, are you going to be on the card, etc., etc., and then you ended up being on there. So out in quick succession. Not that it bothers you, because I know that you live in the gym. However, to come back out already, how's it feel?
It feels good to be back out, one more to end the year, so I'm very happy about that. What was nice, I want to give a shout out to Ben Shalom, because I was having my week's break. He called me on the Thursday, first of all asked how I am, how am I feeling, and then asked me if I would want to be on this one, and I thought that was nice, the fact that he'd give me a call. I asked him if I can get out in December. There wasn't to be, so I said, yeah, I'm more than happy, but you know, Ben's really looked after me this year, so I just wanted to just give him that shout out because he's doing a fantastic job.
He's doing a fantastic job, but so are you with your performances, because if your performances weren't there, let's face it, they wouldn't call you out so often. So we're going to go back to that performance, another clinical, punch-perfect performance with your last opponent. I didn't get to do any post-fight with you because I sat at home watching it, another story. But break that fight down for us.
Do you know what? I think everything from the ring walk to when I got in there, I felt comfortable, you know. After that first round had happened, I was just so angry that the 2 minutes was over. That's something I need to get used to, is that the female boxing right now is 2 minutes. I need to just get over it and get the job done rather than go back to the corner, peed off because 2 minutes is done. Do you get what I mean? So I've come back into the second round, a little bit angry, and I took that with me. So I thought my punch selection was good. My punch placement could have been better. I feel like I was punching and kind of exiting too quick, whereas I feel some of them, when I watch it back, if they had connected properly, they were solid. Some were skimming through. So I am happy with the performance. Again, like I keep saying, I started boxing in 2018, so where I am to this date is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just happy with the journey that I'm on, and I believe and I can see improvements in every performance.
And that's what I was going to go on to say. It's like, there's no regression there. You work hard, you train hard. I know you're somebody that will watch back your fights and say, how can I improve? Because you're quite meticulous and clinical with your style of fighting. And I know you've obviously got Coach G there supporting you, who is the same. So how is that relationship going, that fighter-coach relationship?
Yeah, no, it's really good. You know, he has my best interests at heart. You know, it is, it's like a family, you know, and that's what I work best with, is a family vibe. We have that, and I just believe we're growing together. It's not just me, it's him as well. Without him, I wouldn't be here, and without me, he wouldn't be here. So it is a collective effort, and I'm just very grateful for him every single day.
So we touched back on the last fight. I remember you said, obviously, you went in there, you know, a bit angry that you wish that the rounds were longer. Are you sparring 3 rounds then when you fight? Because we're not going to get into your stories with the sparring that you've had.
No, we do twos. Right, we do 2-2s, but the level of sparring that I'm getting is we tend to do like one hard spar and then one kind of lighter spar. So I'm more going based off the hard spars that I'm having. So whereas I'm fighting these journey women, not much is coming back, if that makes sense. So the 2 minutes goes quick because what am I trying to say is they're not coming back. So whereas the 2 minutes in some of the hard spars, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is long. But whereas when you've got to then initiate everything in every round, you're a bit like, come on. But I get it, it's the journey, you have to do them steps, I totally understand, but it's now just me need to get that out of my head.
Well, it's building up your record, isn't it? Because you're going to get to the point where you are going to start to look at some like tougher competition. You're sparring then? I mean, talk to us about some of the people that you have been sparring. Guys, if you follow any social media, if you're on social media, go to Shannon Ryan's Instagram channel and you can see that she'll put up stories of the people that she's sparring. And all I will say is look at the faces of her opponents. So for the people that don't follow your stories, talk to us about those sparring experiences that you've had.
Yeah, so for this camp, because it was a quick turnaround, I just wanted to keep it to 2 people that I was sparring for this camp, which was Nina Hughes, which was phenomenal work. 10 rounds with her every single time. She's got a world title fight coming up on the 26th in, I think it's Abu Dhabi or Dubai, against Jamie Mitchell. So I'm really rooting for her on that. So that was a fantastic spar. The other one was Jade Dujan, I believe her surname is. She's an amateur. Used to be at Repton, but I'm not sure where she is at the moment. So yeah, I've had good sparring for this camp. Previously, we've got like Ebony Jones, another one called Nicole Goldsmith Ryan, but I think she's on the other side of the pond, not with British Boxing Board of Control. So yeah, we are getting some good sparring, but like I said, we have one tough spar and then one kind of lighter spar.
That's something that you've touched on there that I wasn't aware. So you know when you say, for example, you've got a long camp, an 8-9 week camp, how many sparring partners do you have, like you said, to rotate it? Because you said that it's not all the time that you have two, you may have more.
Yeah, so the last one we had Gemma Rueg, Bet Conley, Ebony Jones, so we all mixed it in together. We all went up to John Edwards' gym and kind of went in and out, so that was nice. But yeah, just for this one, because we had 5 weeks, a little bit tired, mentally exhausted, didn't want to do too much travelling. That's why I just wanted to keep it to just 2 this time.
So you know when you say about the travelling and sometimes it can get a little bit mentally exhausting, I don't think people really appreciate what it takes to have quick turnaround in fights. They just think, oh, you've won your fight, what's 5 weeks or what's 6 weeks? Talk us through that process, like you said, that even like the mental side of it.
Yeah, no, do you know what? It is tough. I'm always like, oh, I want to be active, and I do, and I'm very grateful that I am. But this time round, I felt it. I'm good now. I'm ready to go for next Sunday. We've taken rest where we need to. But remember, we had the postponement on the last one, so that was a joint camp. But when I started this camp, the first week I was like sleepy tired, and then the second week my body was aching. It was only really last week and this week I feel back to myself. But it is tiring, it is exhausting. So these people that are fighting all the time, hats off to them.
And that is like usually the journey ones, the ones that are helping to build fighters like yourself, their record, they're like, I can't get knocked out because I need to get back out. And you're thinking, wow, they are doing that in quick succession, put my teeth back in. You can often see on BoxRec that they're scheduled to fight like even maybe 2 weeks after they've had a bout with someone like yourself.
Yeah, and the fact is that they're getting hit a lot. Do you know what I mean? But again, hats off to them, all credit due to them. They're trying to make a living and whatnot. Some are still trying to come to win, which is fine. And that's not a problem. Everyone's got dreams and aspirations. But yeah, it must be mentally and physically exhausting for them.
So you know when you say that obviously some fighters come to win, I'm sure you, because you're a grafter, you would prefer that type of fighter to fight you because you want to challenge yourself. You're someone that wants to, push and see where your, not limits, but initial stages are as a fighter.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think boxing is, yes, it's boxing, but I still believe we have women's boxing and men's boxing. It is the same sport, I understand, but it is different because women's boxing is 2 minutes, men's boxing is 3 minutes. Therefore, it's men's and women's. The pool is a lot smaller in women's boxing. The pool is a lot bigger in men's boxing. So, yes, I understand people are saying they're trying to make it equal and whatnot, but to make it equal, has to be the same rounds. So I do believe it is women's boxing and men's boxing. Not everyone's going to agree with that, but that's just my opinion. So these journey women, that we are having kind of tougher fights early on, and that's why we can be moved quickly, because again the pool isn't as large as a men's. I would love to fight 15 fights and then fight for a world title, but it's just not the case. It can't happen unless you're just fighting journey women, and that's not what I want to do. You want the tests, but that's just how it is for now. But it is growing and developing every single day.
So when you look at the boxing, obviously from your professional eyes, 4 fights in, how does it compare to how you initially thought it was? Say before, you signed the contract and you had like this, I don't know, this kind of like vision of what it was going to be. How is that in reality to what you thought it was going to be to how it actually is?
I think for me, do you know what? It's going exactly how I thought. I truly believe every fight I've had has been a step up. May not seem it to viewers, but I believe it has. The first one didn't really throw anything. Second one ran a little bit. Third one, actually, she did give it a go. Wasn't on the back foot a lot. Yes, I was walking her down, but she still come back, still walked forward a little bit. So I believe every fight that I'm having has been a step up, and it's going just how I envisioned it.
And we talk about those step ups. Like you said, you're going into another fight on Sunday, the 27th. What can we expect from you? You said you're improving with every fight. So what can we expect from you moving forward?
I think this is going to be my best performance yet. Just in terms of my mental side, things that are happening outside of boxing, not boxing, sorry, but things that are happening in the background. So I think I'm going to go in this with a calm mind, as a happy fighter, and that's a dangerous fighter. So, and I've got 6 rounds this time. So I do believe just how I feel as an individual, I just believe I'm going to feel and give my best performance so far.
Yeah, I think you've often said that you want to go up in the rounds because it's obviously 2 minutes. You want to really test yourself by going those rounds. But we know how fit you are because we see you in the gym. We know that you're conditioned and you really do take the sport seriously.
Yeah, no, I train all the time. But do you know what it is the more I'm getting into boxing and watching it, seeing it, being around it, as quick as you go up, you can get put back down straight away. You know, when I'm going to these events or things that are to do with boxing, when I went to the Woman King premiere, I'm on the red carpet or blue carpet, whatever it was, and I'm thinking the boxing has got me here, so I need to go back to the gym and train. It's not kind of taking me the other way. If anything, I'm going that way. Do you see what I mean? Always trying to improve, but not just with my boxing, but just myself as an individual and giving time to the people. It's when someone, I'm not anyone right now, but some people do stop me and ask for a picture or something, and I give my time to them and ask them how they are, how they're doing, because that has then made their day, because I'm putting myself in their shoes on how I would feel if I've just seen someone that I look up to or admire, you know?
Absolutely, and character is everything. And I've said this, and I'll quite blatantly say it, that sometimes I feel like in boxing there's a lot missing from the characters. There's so much more to the boxers, but they're so concerned about what they say, the P's and Q's. They can come across sometimes as quite robotic. So it's nice to see that you've got that character in the ring, you know, on camera, and obviously out there in the street, because you don't know whose life you're changing. You don't know what young child's looking up, young female, young male, whatever, that wants to get into the sport and will see you as an inspiration.
Yeah, and I just quickly, I watched Selena Gomez's documentary, and she done an interview with someone, and what I found nice was, obviously she's a huge star, and she done an interview with someone, and that interviewer just asked question after question after question. So she felt that was a robotic. So again, hats off to you guys when you do ask us how we are, because that means a lot. So I do that to others. Does that make sense?
It does indeed. It makes sense, just like your boxing skill does. I am really looking forward to seeing you back out. It's nice that I've been there to watch you from the beginning, well, before the beginning. So it's a pleasure to actually watch you grow through your career. You know, you are looked after. You've got a good management team, you've got a good coach, you've got a good solid team around you. So it's to see you progress through that and to show that positivity around you is working is a credit to yourself.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to build the team, build the support, build it as a family, to really get to the next level. You know, this year for me was a building year. People know who I am now. I can stop saying, oh, I've come into this sport as a no one knows me. I'm known now. We look to 2023 and push on from there.
All the best, Shannon, and always a pleasure to speak to you. All the best on the 27th, Sunday, 27th at Ali Pali. I've got to get in my head. I'll be there ringside cheering you on.
Thank you so much.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.